what a match in round 9 of YCS Rimini 2016.
I don't quite know how that happened.
Yeah, like we saw the first game and we thought like Mermaid, Alexander Hulch was going up against Giorgio Bocchio from Italy, of course. And Alexander Hulch was playing Mermaid. And in the first game we were like, yeah, the one of the clutch things is going to be the fact that the element of surprise is going to work in Mermaid's favor and so on. And then the Monarchs did what the Monarchs do. And completely dismantled the Mermaid strategy.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, who knows if Alexander can pull through here. Second game, he just kicks things off. Gigantic opening turn. Mullen Glacier on the very first turn. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Giorgio lost the cards that would have shaped up his hand really in a useful way. And then the third game, both players drew into their side deck, so to speak. Very non-interactive hands. Both pass for 2 turns, I think.
Yeah, it was at least 2 or 3 turns.
And then Alexander has a Solemn Scolding set, and the question is, should he activate it for a Foolish Burial because his opponent Giorgio didn't do anything the last two turns? There's of course a way to think about this. Yeah, this might have been a good choice.
Yeah.
He lets it go through, and then on his turn he just completely explodes with an Effect Fail summon, normal summon.
Yeah.
Ends up with Leo, and then after that he also, thanks to there wasn't Neptopus in this turn, that was the second game, and then he ends up with a gigantic field, and we were like, oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's just...
And then
I'm
suddenly
still
the
shocked.
Chalice from his side deck decides the game in his favor.
Yeah, I'm still absolutely shocked as to what happened in the game.
Yeah, like honestly, when you're the opponent, the second game, there's nothing you can do. You just start with 3 cards, and you're like, okay, nothing I can do against this deck.
No.
And then the third game is such a slow start. All of a sudden, boom, gigantic tornado wave, just wreaking havoc.
Yeah. Just Leo from nowhere.
Absolutely great showing. The high speed droid Chambera. Pretty
That's
good card.
It must be a new card.
Yeah, pretty good card. I guess it's.
I bet he's
done this before.
Got a lot of games with that this weekend.
And also, the Chalice seems like a perfect choice for this explosive deck.
When you're it's always been known as quite a good because you're playing less traps, but yeah, Chalice is a good shout.
Yeah, it was
like he's playing the full 3 effect veils and Chalice, so no monster effects for you.
Right. It's pretty good take on the Mermaid deck. Like we said, these guys were pretty close to the top 32. So now it looks like Alexander Hulch has almost locked up his seat in our knockout portion. You can, of course, check the standings for yourself. He's 39th. Going into this round, after this win, he's going to be something like 25th.
Yep.
If he loses the last round and his tiebreakers won't carry him there, he's still out. So it's still close, but he's in a perfect position now to lock up that top 32 spot. And he deserves it. If you bring Mermaid to the table,
cool deck.
3 years after its real rise to the top, or even before that, right? This is 4 or 5 years.
I think it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So
was it before Dragon Rulers?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it was a little bit after.
But it came back.
It came back because it was Water versus Fire.
Water versus Fire.
I remember the format. It was Mermail versus Firefist.
All right. Anything else that we should be talking about after that explosive match?
That was just crazy.
That was just crazy. Yeah. Still trying to rebuild our feature match table after everything has been laid waste to it. So let's have a short chat with Alexander Hulch, ask him how he came up with that deck and why he's bringing it to the table, and ask him about some of the best stories we've seen this weekend. Gonna be right back, guys.
It's time to duel. It's time to duel. It's time to go. Now's the time. Now is the time. We're pondering the ozone. I'll try to get into the end zone. You won't be anything without the chips. Your lips are quivering. The time has come. Time to do. Now we get serious. Time to do. You're not invincible yet.
And we can now hear it from the man himself, Alexander Hulch, who went fishing this weekend with his mermaid deck. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That was a great, great victory. We were talking about the matchup with Domain Monarchs versus Mermaid, and we thought like Mermaid is one of the decks that doesn't mind it too much because they don't tend to use the extra deck that much. But then you showed us in the last game, they can also use the extra deck quite a bit.
Yeah, the matchup is eigentlich really easy because I have infantry. Before I synchro summon or exceed, I destroy the domain.
Right.
Or I have a Kaiju and on the pot on the Momage he has tribute, and this is then really easy.
So what did you play against this weekend? Was it all Domain Monarchs or what other decks did you go up against?
I have 1-4, 1-1, and Domain Monarch. 2 was BA, was Junior Italy Bible Words.
Okay.
Second.
You don't remember. You don't have to go through all of them, but generally speaking, what was it was a lot of Domain Monarchs or
was my 2.
2, okay. Yeah. You also played against Pendulum in one round. There was Joshua Schmidt, I think.
Yeah,
round
this
5.
game was in 10 minutes.
He was very unhappy after that round.
Yeah.
And then the round after, he played against another crazy deck on the stream, and he lost the first game. And then you could really tell that Joshua was like, if this is happening again after this last round, if this is happening again now, I'm going to just drop out of the tournament and go to the beach. He did hang in there, and he won 2-1. So not too bad. All right. How big of a thing is the element of surprise that nobody sees Mermail coming?
Yeah, Valley is really surprised by it because it's underrating.
Yeah, it's underrated.
And this is my favorite deck, testing lot of meta decks, and we was for me boring. It's not
didn't
for
like the
fun,
most
and
popular
it's
decks.
okay playing LRDS locals.
Right.
And he
Listen,
was finals want to lose, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's a good choice. Is it going to be a good choice when the new limited and restricted list is going to be in place?
The list is really einfach, really easy. Because I cut the third Maxi and I added the third Megalo.
All right.
So this is Constanta, and yeah, this is really easy.
Okay,
but
the deck becomes even more reliable in a way.
But for Liverpool, I must test him because ABC, and yeah.
Well, and if you bring it to Liverpool, you're not going to have the element of surprise because everybody's going to be like, oh, that's this guy that played Mermail in last tournament.
In my hometown Berlin, he was okay. He played Mermail.
Yeah, so they just expect.
Thanks. I starting Abyss Dueller and go. Yeah, was good.
How often does it happen that you have these super great openings and are able to resolve a Mooling Glacier on your very first turn?
The first one was I saw the hand. I said, okay, this is weak hand. I had no chance in the game 1.
Yeah.
I hoped opponent was not a good player.
Right.
Was my really hope. Yeah, but we have all outs. Okay.
So nothing.
This is nothing. Siding Kaijus. Also.
They all go out.
They not go out. 3 Gammazier was in.
Right.
Because this is a water material is really good.
Okay.
Maxi is not good.
Against
another Kaijus and the Slumper. Okay, one surface I cut it because when I start, I have 3 sword and scoring, 3 shells, and 3 effect veiler.
Okay.
This is when I get 1 card of him is a game when I have Prince or I can have a card when I play it.
Right.
And the second game, I have seen my hand. Okay, Abyss Dueller plus Mooling Glacier plus effect veiler in my hand or shells.
Yeah, so it's all falling into place in your head. You already. Like, I've done this a million times. This is how I do it.
Yeah.
And then the third game, both of you didn't really do anything at the beginning. What was going through your head? Because we were debating whether you want to activate Solemn Scolding on his Foolish Burial. Because he didn't do anything, then he plays Foolish. Is it the right choice to be like, okay, he's still not going to do anything if I just counter that card?
This was eigentlich this was a risky play. I hoped he have nothing, but he have doesn't
Couldn't do anything.
bricked.
Yeah.
And I see Rimini and okay, when you play this, he is not in the game. I hope so.
Yeah, yeah.
He says Stormforce. Okay, I have to score him this. And okay, I have white. He has not activated another card. Okay, I can have when he not move in the round.
Right.
I have the next round.
You got next round, yeah. Okay, so you're setting him up to win the game, to just OTK him, really. And then you said that the next line of plays for you was a little bit risky.
This was really, really risky. But I have, okay, this is a fun play. I must risk.
Yeah. So how good is Shambara, high-speed Roy Shambara?
Shambara, we summon this not often. But I have a phone tournament, okay, play this or play a level 3 exceed. And my friend said, okay, play this is good. I have all thinking, okay, I have in this level 5, I can open it with this and Mungi Glacier.
Right.
This is all good.
It's also good.
And I had resistance in game 2, game 3 and round 2. I have summon this for game, but I have not thinking on this. That was my little mistake. But Red Flare Meeting has saved this game.
Right.
And here, okay, when I make this, but Leo, but Chalice, but scoring, Battle Fader, okay.
Should be good. Okay. Well, in the end, you pull through. So now we're probably going to see you in the top 32. You're not 100% in there, but you got a pretty good chance. What was your expectation going into the weekend? Did you think that this deck is good enough to make day 2, good enough to top 32?
Last year, we top with Necros, and I have a free game where was my standing 1-2, and I won all the game.
All right.
Our top 16, I lose. That's okay. He has a play, okay, I play this for fun, and when I'm not so good, go to beach.
Okay, the typical game plan for YCS Rimini. All right. Well, thank you so much. Good luck for the last round of Swiss. So we can see you again in the top 32. We will probably going to be back somewhat soon again because we went to time. Like now we're in overtime basically. So there's a good chance that we're going to be back soon with the last round of Swiss for our feature match. After that, we're going to perform a cut, and then it's just 32 players remaining, where 906 showed up yesterday morning. With that, guys, we're going to be back after those little segments, so don't go anywhere and stay tuned for more.